All right, my good people. Back with you again. It's your boy Art Czar in this piece for yet another review of a luxury item. Can't get enough of this. You know, I love to crack open new items. Specifically, this particular item. I got this in the other day. And before I start here, I think you guys are going to wonder why I keep my cutlery out. This is my Spyderco Yojimbo with the Warrencliffe design. Of course, I keep these. I am a tactical knife specialist also. I'm a certified instructor in a few martial arts, as a matter of fact. So I definitely keep a tactical blade on me at all times for obvious reasons in this particular world and so forth that we live in. But anyway, let's get to this. What we have here today are the Alligator Lace-Up Oxford Caporicci shoes. And I'm going to tell you right now, these are the I do actually own another pair of Caporicci alligators, but these are on another level. The other ones I have are actually loafers, and they're like a dark blue, like a really, really deep blue of an Oxford, or of a loafer, I'm sorry, rather. These are Oxfords. Now let me explain the difference between an Oxford and a Blucher and some of the open vamp shoes. Now, when you hear the word Oxford, it's going to talk about that V vamp. The vamp it's going to have this V cut that's going to give you the close foot lacing system. It's going to be closed. Okay, your Bluchers and all these other types of shoes, they're going to have that open lacing system, whereas there won't be a closure here from the bottom. They won't form a V. It'll be completely unstitched here and unstitched there, and it'll be an open flap. And the flaps are actually sewn onto the vamp of the shoe, and then you lace them up, and then you close them, and it closes via the flap. So it's kind of like a open flap. This is a Oxford where it's a closed vamp. So if you have a really, really slim foot, you're going to be able to lace these up pretty tight, and you won't be able to see anything basically until you unlace them. So let's talk about this. I like the shoe box. Very good presentation that they come in. These things actually do come in these very, very nice yellow shoe bags. You see, these are Italian and handmade in Italy. So they're going to be some of the nicest things I've ever had. I have some really, really nice dress shoes, but these on another level. These are genuine alligator. See this here? So these are, like I said, handcrafted in Italy. They are Blake stitched, which means the stitching pattern is going to happen on the inside of the shoe. We'll talk about that. That keeps the sole on, which means these are recraftable. This is a leather sole, by the way. Very nice leather sole. You can see the nails or the tacks they use for the heel base. It looks like a stacked leather heel. Definitely a stacked leather heel. And you can see the brass tacks that they use to basically anchor the heel together. I'm 11.5, so there you go. This is the softest leather sole that I've probably had my hands on. I've had a lot of leather soles, but these are different. These are definitely a calfskin leather sole. So this alligator, and I like when they use this little design. It's kind of cool when they use that. Lets you know you got something realistic on your feet. So let's talk about this shoe. All right, so here we go. Let's get into it. It is a El Negro or black shoe. It is completely black. There are no indications of a lighter tone throughout this shoe at all. It is a cap toe, which is what I like also. Now this could have gone in a regular full hole cut. Could have actually gone in a different variety. Could have been a brogue or something like that, where the broguing would have been on the toe, or I've seen shoes with broguing in them. But these, of course, are no brogue. It is a cap toe, which is very finely stitched. You can see that double track stitching around that toe box. And you can see here that Blake stitch will go from the inside of the shoe. You see this? This little area here is going to be how they basically understitch that shoe from the inside of the shoe. It's going to be from the inside. They don't stitch from the outside like a Goodyear welt. They actually have a piece of leather that goes around the outside of the shoe, and then the welting machine welts that shoe from the underbody of the shoe, and you'll see the welting pattern that usually goes around the base of the shoe, and that's how you know for a fact you have a Goodyear welt. Now this is welted under the bottom until it goes inside, and that's where the Blake rapid stitch comes in. You can see right there it says Blake, and that means a Blake stitch. Okay, so let's talk about the interior of the shoe. This is a full leather lined shoe. You're talking about comfort. I tried these on. As you can see from the heel, I've never even worn, from the sole, I've never wore them out anywhere. So it's the first time I've even taken them out of the box and done anything with them. But I did try them on, and let me tell you, the base of this shoe is so comfortable. It's got that form fitting characteristic that basically anchors to the shape of your foot. It's amazing how they make these things. And I mean, they just really wrap your foot, and you feel so good when you put them on. You just feel like $1,000,000 because these shoes will eat your pockets. Just like this alligator will eat you, these shoes will eat your pockets. So you got to save up a couple of coins to get a pair of these. They're not cheap. I'll just be real with you. If I'm lying, I'm dying, but I wouldn't do that to you. But these shoes are fully leather lined, calfskin. Okay, they won't put the they won't go as far as put the alligator in the shoe, but they'll definitely use it on the exterior. So, and this shoe, like I said, it's an 11.5. I still got the paper in. I'm going to actually get me some of the shoe trees for this one. I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I wanted to get this review out the way. So let's talk about this wonderful crocodile, or versus they'll say alligator. So we'll just go with the alligator for now. So basically, you ever heard the term sliding scale? Everybody uses that. Well, I would like to say that the term probably originated from the fact that these scales slid around on many grounds somewhere. And so I'll call these sliding scales. These shoes have probably slid across whatever terrain that this animal once inhabited. But I'll tell you now, you can tell if you look at the pattern in the scales, you can see now let me just say something, people. There are a lot of fakes out there where people will actually have these embossed leathers, these embossed calfskin or embossed genuine leather, which is genuine leather is cheap and terrible leather, by the way. I wouldn't suggest that to anyone. So first and foremost, on the genuine leather shoe, it's going to crack, it's going to chip, it's going to peel, and you're not going to get your money's worth. You'll be buying a brand new pair within a year if you wear them every day. That's a fact. He used to do that back in the day, so I do know. Anyway, with these particular shoes, the thing about it is you can see the scale patterns where they differ. See here, you can see where the pattern starts off like these little small scales, and then they immediately go into some of these other scales, these larger scale patterns. Now, they will never be identical on an authentic crocodile or alligator or lizard shoe. They're never going to be, every scale is going to have its own identity. And you can see here how that happens. Now, if they tried to replicate this, if they ever try to replicate this type of pattern on an emboss machine, it's going to come out all messed up. It's not going, they don't have the consistency on the embosser to do this. Okay, this is how you know you're dealing with a very authentic shoe, because all the patterns will be a little bit different. They won't be exactly the same anywhere. And then you can see the layers of the scales. If I turn this to the side, you see how there are layers? You can see the layers of the scales. You can actually feel the layers coming down on top of one another. It's kind of like a roof shingle. That's the way to think of these. They're like roof shingles. And it's not a whole cut piece, which means that they sewn together two pieces of the alligator carcass, but it's also got that nice roof shingle type effect to it where the animal obviously this would be more or less the underbody of the animal, and he probably slid this way so that everything that would come off of his body would just actually just roll off, like any moisture or whatever have you, any dirt or rocks or whatever he would slither across, it would just slide with the complexity of how the scales would actually fit, and how they it's like a chink of armor. It's like armor coating or something. That's how it runs together. So the roof shingle aspects of it carries carries on throughout the shoe. And again, you can see on this side where it also picks up with the small scales, and it just formulates into a larger base of scales. You see how that happens all the way around to the base of the shoe, to the rear of the shoe. And of course, they went with a non-hole cut, and they basically stitched that together and fused it some kind of way. But I'm sure whatever they chose to do with it, they did an awesome thing. I cannot wait to put these on the ground out in town, because people are going to break their necks when they see your boy Art Czar coming down the street with these alligators on. It's going to be another time. I'm telling you now. Every time I wear my alligators, people go, man, those things are hot. Where you get those? And I tell them, oh, I imported them. These I had to import, as a matter of fact. I didn't buy these here in America. I had to import these from Italy. And so, you know, I have people there that I usually get things like that from. But these, of course, I could not get these here. I have not found any in America that I liked. I'm sure there are plenty of them around here somewhere, but I just have not run across a nice pair that really, really spoke to me. These spoke to me, so I had to grab them, did the trick. And so basically that's what you're going to be dealing with. You got a Blake Rabbit stitch all around the base of the shoe, keeps it nice and snug, and keeps the sole of the shoe pretty thin. With the Goodyear welded shoes, the sole is a little thicker than this, and it's not as bendable on a Goodyear welt. Blake Rabbit stitch shoes, you can bend the sole a little bit better. I'm not going to just start flexing this shoe yet, because I haven't even broke it in yet, so I'm not going to do that. And then when you wear them, obviously, when you bend that vamp, when you start to walk, you're going to get a natural crease line around here, but it's not going to be like calfskin. Calfskin is not really, it wasn't intended in life for the cow to bend in places like that, unless it's in his arms or whatever have you. But the thing about it is, with the exotic skins, they can bend in weird places and not even leave a crease. It's the weirdest thing in the world. At least for my other alligators, it's the same way. My other ones that are blue, and you can see the reflection of that blue when you hit the sun. It's beautiful. Those shoes just, they pop, man. That's how it sounds when I walk with them. So I'm going to get the same effect here with these, and I know it's going to happen. So basically, guys, that's it for the lace up Oxford alligator Caporiccis. Can't wait to break these out, my good people. So please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. You know, there are plenty of people that are going to want to see these shoes. I promise you. Please get these out. Share this with your friends or whoever else that may be interested in these types of things. And I'm guaranteeing you they're going to love them just as much as I am. So again, my good people, thank you very much for listening. It's your boy Art Czar, and I'm out. Peace.